Another month, another award for MP.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. A chance here to rank the top rookies in the NBA, the race for the Rookie of the Year. How about these guys, huh? What a group. You look at Czar. While not in the top 5 currently, he's definitely on the radar screen, and he's been playing some very solid basketball.
And he's had a decent amount of success here in his first year. A few of the top guys in the rankings have kind of outperformed him, but he's lived up to the reasonable expectation.
Well, there's no shame in being a top 10 rookie in your class, and there's still so much room for him to grow.
And now Washington's starting group. Saddiq Bey is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's MP. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Pelicans, Tice at center with Williamson next to him. DeJounte Murray is out there with C.J. McCollum. And as we get deeper into the season, MP's let it be known that he intends to get his hands on the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Well, he plays with a lot of pride, and we've seen that all season. But as much as individual goals matter, he's got to keep in mind that the best way to show his worth is to help the team win. And no point in accumulating individual accolades if your team hasn't had success. Winning still needs to be the #1 priority.
Time now to head over to David Aldridge for some information about MP.
Thanks, Kev. We are deep into the season, and MP is in the thick of the Rookie of the Year race. I asked him if he felt the pressure, and he said, "No way, I'm just here to win. Individual awards are just the icing on the cake." He may be young, but he's already focused on the right things. Guys?
Good stuff, DA. Great stuff, in fact. Gotta love that team-first mindset of MP. Coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
And here is Murray, following the three-pointer by MP. Murray outside. Shot from 6. That's good from Williamson on the assist by Murray.
And this team encourages Zion to be assertive inside. They know how skilled and overpowering he can be.
Now, here's Brogdon. He averages about 5 points a game. Out to Kuzma. Brogdon the pass to MP. Another miss by MP. For New Orleans, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks, guys. A big move for the Pelicans this summer, trading for DeJounte Murray, a versatile and durable lead guard who's proven to be one of the best clutch players. His acquisition directly addresses some of the Pelicans' greatest needs. And, guys, I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
You're right, a big piece. Okay, Shams, and again for 3.
And that last 3 now ties him for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year long. Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him. Bounce pass Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Williamson. Rebound by the Wizards. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
Well, I think they've found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
And the shot goes in.
How about that display of athletic ability? Kuzma can contort his body when converting on those difficult shots.
Ingram dishes to Murray. Lays it up off the glass. Murray's got his second basket of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that. Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Pelicans trail by 6. Murray looking around. Here's Ingram. And that one goes long.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
And here's MP for 3. And it's Williamson with the rebound. The Pelicans have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And we've seen Stan DeJounte Murray prove for years that he is a 20-point player.
Yeah, and Kevin, he can score as a point guard or he can be off the ball. But the best thing about the
he's checked in for Murray. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Jonas Valanciunas, who's checked in for Marvin Bagley. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Sarr. Money's checked in for Coulibaly. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for Lewis. Here's Jones. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. From outside the arc. Rebounded by Valanciunas. The Wizards with the lead. So on the floor for Washington. They've got Jonas Valanciunas. Corey Kispert is out there with Kyle Kuzma. And there's Money. And it's Brogdon in at the point guard position.
A primary responsibility of Brogdon's. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to him.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Chicago was sensational. He ended up with 43 points, and so much of that damage he does is from long range. An amazing performance. Probably we won't see a night like that anytime soon. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Outside, Jones. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Well, McCollum can do it all when you give him the keys.
Brogdon kicks to Kuzma. On the wing, MP. Defended by Jones. Money passes to Valanciunas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Screened by Valanciunas. MP, no good. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Pelicans. They trail by 1. To the inside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram is just a very willing passer for a guy who can score like that.
Kuzma outside to the right side. Here's Valanciunas. Pelicans with the rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
And this is a matchup that can frustrate them as they came up empty in their 2 games against them last year.
Jones from outside. Kuzma pulls it in.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And here's MP for three. Rebounded by McCollum.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Ingram outside. Sinks the three-pointer. And it's a 4-point Pelican lead.
Well, you can tell that Ingram has it going. What a difference maker he's been on offense.
Williamson is checked in for New Orleans. Murray comes in for McCollum. And then for Washington, Richaun Holmes. He's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Bays subbed in for Corey. Good! Another from three.
And he shattered the franchise single-season high for three-pointers made.
Getting them up and connecting with high volume. He's been a flamethrower all season long.
And the precision with which MP shoots that thing seems supernatural, but it's all a result of long hours, and boy, how about the reps he's put up behind the scenes.
And it's Murray with the jam.
If the opportunity presents itself, Murray will explode to the rim.
Pass to Valanciunas. MP looking around. And again, Washington with the triple.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
Ingram outside. Back to Murray. Williamson outside. Over Valanciunas. And it's Williamson missing. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Holmes with a screen on Murray. Bring it up for MP. A three.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Now Ingram. 12 points for him. And so it's MP making things happen for Washington. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Right back after this break.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get things going with a look at who might be participating in the upcoming three-point contest.
Some really interesting names here. So many great shooters in the league. That said, I know who I would pick. Shaq?
Shaq Shadama says you've picked the wrong guy, Kenny.
And guys, let's take a look at the Wizards in that first half. Neither side able to build a significant lead through 2.
They're clicking from outside. Hard cuts to the ball and a few bone-jarring screens. Man, they have a high quality of looks.
They've been cashing in on those. We'll see if the sharp shooting continues. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. What a game we're seeing from Money.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security.
Tice at center with Williamson next to him. Cohen is out there with DeJounte Murray. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. To the paint, here's Money. MP working it inside.
And that was good defense there, but in the end, MP's offense just a little better.
McCollum outside. Back to Murray. Puts up a deep three. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The drive by MP. And the dunk by MP.
Look at how swiftly MP moves to the rim there.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the 3rd. Coach, on top of being an impactful player, Malcolm Brogdon has always been the consummate pro.
He sure has, Kevin. He fits in seamlessly wherever he goes. Works hard, puts the team first, and is willing to accept whatever role is given to him.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And that one's good, Brogdon.
And this is how confident Brogdon is in his scoring ability. Able to get it done from everywhere.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Murray outside. Driving inside. Williamson outside. Takes a 3. Rebounded by the Wizards. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the 3rd quarter.
Brogdon. Pelicans pull it in.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Pass to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
How about Murray? More than a little glide in his game.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keith. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Bagley, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Sarr comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Corey Kispert's checked in for Saddiq Bey. And it's Coulibaly in for Malcolm Brogdon.
What an incredible game so far for MP. He's showing no signs of slowing down.
Tice sets a screen for McCollum. Trains the three-pointer.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Wizards leading by 4. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Pelicans know that chemistry is key. They've got plenty of talent, but Brandon Ingram says there is sacrifice in figuring out how to win. And I know New Orleans hasn't seen winning. We don't have a banner in our arena. We're just trying to draw closer and closer together. All I want to do is win. Kevin?
They've got talent, David, that's for sure. Thank you. Williamson kicks to Murray. Tice with a screen on MP. McCollum, no good.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Kicks it out to MP. The 3. Rebound by Murray.
Well, he had a great first half from three-point range, but hasn't quite gotten his touchback since the break.
McCollum outside. It's to Williamson. Outside for Murray. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
MP with a dead-eye triple.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Now Tice. Pass to McCollum. There's the triple. They grab their own miss. Puts up a 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. McCollum's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, after that tough first half, you hoped he'd find his way to bounce back and get things going here in the second.
McCollum against MP. Pass to Bagley. From deep. And Sarr gets it to go on the assist by Bagley. Sarr's got the lead up to 9 now for Washington. Williamson right side. The shot, no good.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
And so it's Washington in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one, a great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level.
Deciding to change it up. So on the floor for Washington, they've got Kyle Kuzma running out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Bay in at the small forward. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And the other thing you notice is how committed they've been to playing with the pass, constantly moving that ball from one side to the other.
Pass to Tice. Tice with a screen on Brogdon. McCollum kicks to Murray. No good on the three.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
MP passes to Kuzma. Back to MP. Pass to Valanciunas. The Wizards working the ball around now. 5 to shoot. And here's MP for 3. And Trey Murphy gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. And the basket by Money.
Great example there of the way MP's game around the rim continues to grow and develop.
Tice with a screen on Kuzma. Pass to Tice. To halt the run, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Javonte Green, he's checked in for Williamson. Ingram comes in for Trey Murphy. And it's Herbert Jones in for C.J. McCollum. Just 3 to shoot. And it's Ingram with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 20.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Washington.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for MP.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Here's Coulibaly, and that one good. And the Wizards lead by 20.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
game at